Hey guys, Marco here, welcome back to another lesson. Let me show you how to write and play a beautiful solo. Now when it comes to writing a solo as well as writing a melody, it all comes down to one simple thing. What are the musical elements that you need to be able to express yourself through the guitar? Now it could be that you need to play over very complex chord progressions like a jazz player, and you gotta learn a lot of different skills and substitutions. Or you just want to play like a rock player, so you need a lot of different techniques and tapping and bending and alternate picking in order to convey your message and express yourself through the music. Now in my case, I like very simple stuff, and most importantly, I like to write things that are easy to sing. Now the singing part is really important because you don't want to just write with your fingers. You don't want to let your fingers lead the way 100%, but you want to be able to sing the solos and the melodies that you write, so that you can kind of put in a little bit more than just the technique and the skills and the knowledge. Now in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play the solo that I was playing at the beginning of the video, so that you can learn it and hopefully get inspired and write your own solo. The backing track is available on my website. You can just click on it, click on the play button and play along. But you can also have the tab on my Patreon page. Guys, by becoming a patron, you download the tab as well as all the other tabs, but also you support this channel, which is great. So thank you so much for all the people who support me on my Patreon page, guys. You are awesome. Now we're gonna start with the chord progression, which obviously has to be really, really simple. We are in the key of D major, and we are playing D, A, B minor chord, and the G major chord. Go back to the D, and A, and jump to the G. 2, 3, and 4. The tempo is in 3, so we're playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now we are in the key of D major, so we're going to be using the D major scale and the D major pentatonic, obviously. And we're gonna play everything in this section. So the D major scale is this one. Now, how can we approach a solo? How can we write a beautiful solo over this chord progression? Well, the first thing is you gotta write something simple. And so the very first example is playing one note per chord. Now, these notes that I'm about to show you belong to the chords. And so I'm gonna play the solo and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So we're gonna play like this. Now the first note that I'm playing is the G string for number 7, which is D. And the first chord that I'm playing is the chord D. I'm gonna play the bass note just to outline the chord. So D. The second note is E on the fret 7, and the chord that I'm playing is A. Now, the note E is the 5th of A, so it belongs to this chord. Now, the third note is the F sharp on the B string fret number 7, and this is the 5th of the B minor chord. The fourth note is the G, which is on the fret 8, and this note is played over a G chord. So it's the root note. So we have. Now we go back to the D major chord. And we're playing the B string fret number 10, which is the note A, the 5th of D. And then the E string fret number 9, which is the note C sharp over the A chord, which is the major 3rd. And then the last chord, the G, which is going to be played. So we have the E string fret number 10, which is the note D, the 5th of the G major chord. And then we have the B string fret 10, 8, and 7. Just a slightly different melody to make the solo conclusive. Now we can also add one additional note. So once you have your key notes, then you can embellish these key notes with maybe an additional note. So we're gonna play like this. So I just added an additional note. For the D chord, I'm just playing the fret 7 and fret 11, sliding from fret 9. For the A major, I'm gonna do the same. So I'm playing the first note we learned, and then I will approach the second one, which is the B string fret number 8. I will approach this note like this. So I'm sliding on the D string all the way up to the fret number 9, and then the B string fret number 8. So now the B minor is very simple. We're just gonna keep the same note. So we're gonna play the B string fret number 7, and then again, and then the G chord, fret 8, and then we slide to fret 12, starting from the fret number 10. Now we go back to the D chord and A. So on the D chord, I'm gonna play the fret 10, and then I'm gonna play again, and then the E string fret number 10, which is the root note again, and then the A major, the fret number 9 on the E string, and then I add 2 additional notes to the C sharp, which is the one on fret 7 and fret 9, and then I finish on the G chord and I play. So it's the same phrase played on 2 different octaves. So it's 10, 10, 8, 7, and then you have 7 on the G string, 2, and 5 on the D string, and 4, and 5 on the A string. Now the next section is played with a different chord progression. We're playing a B minor, an A major, a D major, and a G major. We're back to the B minor, and the A, and the G. Now in this section we're gonna play a little bit more using the scale. So we're gonna play like this. So I have now, even on the B minor, I am playing key notes from the chords. So I'm playing the B string fret number 7, and then 7 on the E, and then the fret number 9, and then fret number 10. Then we go back to the fret number 9, and fret number 7. And then we have the A chord. Beautiful kind of pentatonic phrase. So I'm gonna start the solo with the B string fret number 7. And then fret number 10, I'm just playing, resolving with the A, which is the root note of the A chord. And then I have just 2 notes, the G string fret number 9 and the fret number 7. Then I have the D major chord. Another beautiful phrase. And again, I'm outlining the D major chord here. So I play the chord. Now I'm playing the D string fret number 7, the G string fret number 7, and 9 and 11. And I finish with this phrase on the D string fret number 7, sliding to 9, back to the fret number 7. Now once you write your very first idea, like the one that we did right now, just add a little bit more notes or just change it up a little bit. It sounds like this. So it's the same chord progression at the same beginning, so it's 7, 7, 9, and 10, but now I'm gonna go up to 12. And for the A major, I'm playing just the E string fret number 9, and the B string for 12, and the E string fret number 9. finish with a G major chord. And I'm going to repeat the same musical idea, which then ends in a slightly different way. So I will have 3 and 4. So I'm gonna have the same beginning, 10, 10, 8, and 7, and then the the G string fret number 7. Then I'm gonna go up, so I'm gonna change the melody. So it's 7, 9, 7 on the B string, 8, and I slide from the G string fret number 9 to the fret number 11, which resolve beautifully on the D major chord. So this is how you write a beautiful solo. You gotta start with the chord progression and then just write down a very simple solo / melody using one note. Analyze these notes, guys. Don't just play around with it. Don't just noodle around with an idea. It doesn't work. It doesn't work all the time. Sometimes it works, but if you want to write something beautiful, you have to be able to start with one note and then you develop. Hopefully this lesson is going to inspire you to write your solos, and remember that you can get the backing track, you can play along. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.